special?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best animated movies of 2020.
On a quest, the clear path is never the right one.
Okay. We'll go in the haunted house this one time, but we're not gonna make a habit out of this. Right, Scoob?
Something's happened to me.
Yeah, I can see that. It's flippin' great.
For this list, we'll be looking at feature-length animated films that came out in North America throughout 2020. We've based our picks on a combination of storytelling, innovation, and of course, animation. What's your favorite animated movie of 2020? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Justice League Dark, Apokolips War. Between Man of Tomorrow and Red Sun, 2020 was a busy year for Superman. His most memorable appearance, however, was in Apokolips War.
Look, I won't ask you to give anything more than I do. But this isn't up for discussion. We're going to stop Darkseid once and for all.
The story unites the Justice League, Teen Titans, and Suicide Squad in a nightmare scenario where Darkseid dominates the world. This ensemble piece utilizes its vast cast in inventive, haunting, and deeply emotional ways. The standout is John Constantine, who actor Matt Ryan once again practically embodies.
Been up against all sorts of bastards and I always stood tall. This time I just ran. Why did I do that? Why?
While the film's tailored for hardcore DC fans, the characters are so well defined and the drama is so compelling that it achieves wider appeal.
What a wonderful gift, daughter. Be well.
Goodbye, Father.
If Apokolips War is truly the final entry in the DC animated movie universe continuity, the filmmakers have gone out on an appropriately gritty, epic, and bittersweet note. Number 9. Trolls World Tour. Trolls World Tour is notable for being one of 2020's first major releases to adapt to the changing landscape.
We are not alone in this world.
Simultaneously releasing in limited theaters and on demand. However you chose to watch it, the Trolls sequel provided a welcome escape, with bright imagery that leaps out at the audience like a pop-up book. The varied array of colors is complemented by a diverse soundtrack, delivering a mix of pop, rock, and more. The songs are cleverly tied into a story about different musical styles attempting to coexist. While the film's message probably won't change the world, it was nonetheless a welcome one in 2020.
It's all these sounds and all our differences that make the world a richer place. Because you can't harmonize alone.
Just because people aren't singing the same song doesn't mean that they can't come together in harmony. Number 8. Scoob. More than 50 years after his debut, Scooby-Doo remains a relevant name in animation. Scoob pays homage to the Scooby-Doo formula that we're all familiar with, while also giving nods to Mystery Inc.'s lesser-known incarnations. The opening, in which the gang comes together, is reminiscent of a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Okay. We'll go in the haunted house this one time, but we're not gonna make a habit out of this. Right, Scoob?
Right.
The Blue Falcon's presence is a nice callback to the Scooby-Doo Dynamite Hour. Even the random cameos from celebrities like Simon Cowell feel like a callback to the new Scooby-Doo movies.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You are terrible.
How does he do that? See, he's mean, but he makes it fun.
While Scooby-Doo isn't generally known for high animation quality, Scoob is one of the franchise's most visually interesting entries, packed with Easter eggs that Saturday morning cartoon fans will appreciate.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo! Where are you?
Could this be the beginning of a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe? Number 7. The Willoughbys. The Willoughbys is based on the children's book by Lois Lowry, although it just as easily could be mistaken for a Roald Dahl adaptation. Like many of Dahl's stories, The Willoughbys revolves around precocious children and mostly neglectful adults.
May we have food? Food?
We eat today's food. You eat yesterday's food.
But you ate all of yesterday's food yesterday? So there is no food left over for Jane!
There's even an eccentric candy maker, but it's the tone in particular that brings to mind movies like Willy Wonka, Matilda, and James and the Giant Peach. The film is whimsical and sweet, but isn't afraid to also be cynical and even mean-spirited at times.
They're gone? We did it!
We are orphans!
It's refreshing to see a modern family film with an edge, but the Willoughbys never goes too far.
No home, no place to go.
We've lost it all.
But we have each other.
The darker moments are balanced by a witty script, lively character designs by Craig Kelman, and a heartfelt moral about family. Number 6. Phineas and Ferb the movie, Candace Against the Universe. Set before the series finale that aired 5 years earlier, the second Phineas and Ferb movie feels like catching up with close friends. This Disney Plus exclusive is a strong ensemble piece, bringing together Phineas, Ferb, their gang, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and Agent P for an out-of-this-world adventure.
It's so fun to be traveling into outer space with a bunch of kids who teleported into my house with no adult supervision.
The spotlight belongs to Candace, however, who matures from an antagonist figure to a protagonist we come to empathize with.
You are the chosen one, you are the chosen one, yes, you are the chosen one.
So, you're saying I'm special?
The story gets to the root of Candace's frustration, insecurities, and layered dynamic with her brothers. Despite dedicating her summer to trying to bust them, Candace loves Phineas and Ferb, who likewise show that they'd travel across the universe for their sister.
What is this?
It's all the things that make you the coolest person we've ever met. You kick butt, you rock out, and you can always make us laugh. The kind of laughter where stuff squirts out of your nose. Summer would be no fun without you.
It's all tied together by candy-colored animation, catchy songs, and energetic voice work. Number 5. Wolfwalkers. To North American audiences, Cartoon Saloon might not be a household name like Disney or DreamWorks, but this Irish studio has given us some of the century's most atmospheric and beautifully drawn animated features, including The Secret of Kells, Song of the Sea, and The Breadwinner. Wolfwalkers is another worthy entry to that pantheon of Oscar nominees.
Something's happened to me. Yeah, I can see that. It's flippin' great.
Co-produced by Melocene Productions, this fantasy adventure received widespread acclaim coming out of the 2020 Toronto International Film Festival. Like many of Cartoon Saloon's past efforts, the film tells a timeless story grounded in Celtic lore, using stunning 2D animation techniques.
How's the world? How's the world?
Calling Princess Mononoke, Wolf Children, and Brave to mind, Wolfwalkers is familiar in all the right ways, while still being a unique entity. Number 4. A Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Although it technically made its UK debut in 2019, US audiences had to wait until 2020 to revisit Mossy Bottom Farm. If the pun-tastic title makes you smile, then you're guaranteed to grin throughout Shaun the Sheep's second feature.
Hola.
Huh?
Like its predecessor, the stop-motion adventure is a practically speechless picture, letting the expressive characters, physical comedy, and sight gags do most of the talking. It's also refreshingly not just a retread of the 2015 Oscar nominee. The filmmakers devised an original story about aliens and government agents, but the movie never loses sight of the simple charms that make Shaun the Sheep stand out. Aardman Animations has done it again with impressive stop motion, a sharp wit, and a winning central character. Number 3. Over the Moon. Of all the animated films that Netflix distributed this year, Over the Moon comes the closest to replicating the magic of Disney. That's largely because it was directed by Glenn Keane, whose resume extends from The Little Mermaid to Tangled. Like classic Disney films, Over the Moon uses inspirational songs to tell a timeless story with a few twists. While the film is grounded in Chinese traditions and lore, the characters and themes possess a modern sensibility.
Zhang flown to the sky,
while her one true love stayed here and bit the dust.
Now she lives with a rabbit instead of a husband.
Good choice.
The film also has a contemporary sound that takes its cues from K-pop. Over the Moon not only sounds great, but the world of Lunaria is a wonder to behold. For an adventure that's vibrant, tear-jerking, and ultra-luminary, we'd suggest hopping aboard your rocket to the moon. Number 2, Onward. It might not be the first film to put a modern spin on a fantasy setting, but what sets Onward apart is its authentic portrayal of loss. This Pixar film centers on two elf brothers. One never got to know their late father, while the other never got to say goodbye.
Sure do wish I could spend the day with you sometime.
I know.
Well, there's so many things we could do. I bet it'd be really fun.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. We could,
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Although magic exists in this universe, the film doesn't provide any easy answers to dealing with grief.
Expressway is a little too obvious. On a quest, the clear path is never the right one.
Sacrifices are made and not everybody gets the ending they envisioned. Yet each character emerges stronger, and the same can be said about the viewers. Onward's theatrical window was cut short due to the pandemic, releasing digitally early. While the timing could be seen as unfortunate, audiences needed a film like this in March 2020. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. Easily this franchise's best movie to date.
Is that it? Did we win?
For now.
All right! Yeah!
The Croods, A New Age. A sequel 7 years in the making.
It's the end of the world.
Well, that's it for me.
A Whisker Away. For cat and anime lovers everywhere. Lupin 3, The First. A stunning fusion of Japanese artistry and 3D CG animation. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Soul. On the animation front, Pixar is frequently regarded as the best of the best. While it may have been tempting to award our top spot to another studio, co-directors Pete Docter and Kemp Powers truly outdid themselves with Soul. Following its premiere at the BFI London Film Festival, the film was met with perfect scores from The Hollywood Reporter, The Guardian, and The Playlist.
Yes! Woohoo! You know what that's gonna say? Joe Gardner!
Much like Coco, the film provides a vivid portrayal of the afterlife, with music adding an essential component.
Music is all I think about. From the moment I wake up in the morning to the moment I fall asleep at night. I was born to play.
But Soul is just as much about the impact we leave on Earth and why life is worth living.
Hey, look, I already know everything about Earth, and I don't want anything to do with it.
You're missing out on the joys of life, like pizza.
With its soulful sound, diverse cast, and meaningful story, the film not only has the potential to change your perception of animation, but your entire worldview. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.